All right, what's going on? So as I talked about a little bit before, after the tank reboot, I don't have a cleanup crew or inverts in the tank yet. So I basically, bought all new rock, transferred about 50% of the water, or I saved it in a container, and then put it back in the new tank, and then had all the corals and fish in a basically a large plastic container with air and heat and all that stuff. But I'm overdue for having a cleanup crew because the tank was basically, when I did testing, it never really, when I did the reboot and got everything in here, it never did show ammonia. It never really showed nitrites. It's almost like it was with the 50% water, the amount of water I saved, and then adding more bacteria and things like that. I guess I skipped some of the cycling, but I'm still kind of going through the ugly stage. I also started the tank up after the reboot using ozone, ran into issues there. But I don't know if using the ozone was like stalling this ugly phase, and then after I stopped using it, it just kind of hit. I'm not sure of all the circumstances there. But anyway, the main thing is just doing an update. I need to turn the pumps off so the bags aren't bouncing around everywhere. This is my first time ordering fish and inverts from Top Shelf Aquatics. I've been ordering corals from them for quite some time, but first time ordering inverts. So got all the bags floating. What I usually do is anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes floating the bags. Then I have different buckets. I'll separate them, like the snails and crabs. All the snails go in one bucket, all the crabs that go in one. Anything that I feel like might cause a problem for the other, I separate out. Then I'll do, sometimes I pull out the drip tube and do a drip acclimation. Sometimes I just take a cup of water from the tank at a time, add it to the buckets, and just do that until I basically double the amount of water in there. And then after I double the amount of water, I use a net and just scoop everything out and then add them to the display. Kind of my little process that I do. If you're curious as to what I ordered, we can see this. And like I said, I hate all the blue light, but I've got another filter ordered. I have no idea what I did with my camera lens filter. So basically what I did, I ordered their cleanup crew package. And I don't know the numbers. It consisted of some trochus snails, some astrea snails, and also it consisted of red leg hermit crabs, blue leg hermit crabs, and I think that was it. So what I did is, with this order, I wish it would show how many I got of each, but I basically expanded that. So it said it was a cleanup crew for 75 to 100 gallon, but I added more to each of them because they give you pretty much a discount, the more you add at that point. I added on the emerald crabs. I got 4 of those, I believe. I added on extra trochus snails. I think I left the astrea snails alone. I added on the Nazaria snails, and then I added more red leg hermit crabs and blue leg hermit crabs. I think in that package they had like maybe 30 blue leg hermits, somewhere around there, and I bumped that up to actually like 50. Those are my favorite cleanup crew members. The blue leg hermit crabs, they get in all the little crevices, the small spaces. They do get larger, so you need to have some larger shells in there for them to move into as they grow, but they just do a phenomenal job just going around cleaning up everything. The red leg hermit crabs, those are hit or miss. I mean, I think they do a decent job, but I've wondered at times, I've kind of seen them to where they look like they were picking at my corals. So they're supposed to be reef safe, so I don't know on that. The Nazaria snails, I've used those in every tank that I have that has a sand bed, just to keep the sand moving, and they kind of do a good job of cleaning it out. I only, most of the time, vacuum out the sand itself like every 6 months. So, and then usually I'll, well, let's say like 3 to 6 months. Sometimes it just depends on how it looks. But 3 to 6 months, and let's say I will vacuum out 1/2 of the tank sand bed, so one whole side, and then the next time I'll move over to the other side. But anyway, so far with this order, comes in a nice, well insulated box. All the bags are double bagged. I removed the outside bags already, so I just have them in the regular, the single bags now floating. So far so good. Everything looks good, no complaints. I really feel like Top Shelf Aquatics is probably gonna be my go-to for orders. I think I'm just gonna continue ordering corals just from them for now. It's nice to shop around and look at other merchants, growers, vendors, whatever, and buy different types of corals and things like that. But you can get a lot going on and get from a lot of different places, and then when you end up with something in your tank, something weird happened, whatever, you don't know where that actually came from. So I've kind of made that mistake in the past. So moving forward, I'm going to try to limit where I'm buying livestock from. Now I'm still trying to find a place to get fish from. I think I'm just going to pause with live aquaria for now and try a different online retailer, merchant, whatever. I've been looking at Blue Zoo Aquatics, so it, on the website it looks pretty good. Looks like pretty decent reviews. So I think I'm gonna place an order for some fish with them, and then see what happens there. But anyway, I'm gonna get these in the tank, get them acclimated, get them in the tank, let them kind of get used to it, and then I'll do another video, how everything's going after a little while. Other updates, everything's looking good. Corals are all doing good. Pretty much have the corals are all in, the frags are all encrusting, polyp extension on all of them, all that's good. One weird thing, as I'm going through the ugly stage, I figured I would try to vacuum off some of the sand, and I've never had this happen before, but my sand was all like clumped up. It was basically just one huge sheet. So I actually had to go around, take my hands, and just break it up and crumble it back to actual like sand. I've never had that happen before. And I'm not sure if it's something to do with adding the calcium reactor. I was trying to think of what variables or what things are different. So this is my first time using this sand. I previously used the Carib Sea Fiji Pink. That's been my go-to sand. I wanted a little bit larger size sand since I was mainly doing acros and SPS, so that I could add more water movement and flow. So I went with the Carib Sea special grade is what I think they call it. So it's the larger pieces. Like I said, I've never, let me know, chime in on that. Let me know why, if anybody knows why that actually happens. You can still see these like clumps and pieces where I just didn't get them busted up good. But I mean, the whole thing was just like a sheet, and I could lift it up and actually just have to start breaking it down. So I've never had that with sand or a sand bed. So that was very interesting. I did do a quick search on it. Somebody said, you know, it happened to them after their calcium level got very high. But my calcium level, the highest it's ever reached is just over 450. So I don't know if that's too high. I mean, I pretty much maintain it between 420 and 450. It stays there. So the highest it's gotten is 450. I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Not sure what's going on with that. But yeah, feel free to chime in if you have any information on that. But otherwise, that'll do it for this video. And then, like I said, I'll do another update after I kind of get everything settled in and in place and let you know how things are going. Thanks for watching.